Howdy out there, folks. Today we're going to take a quick look at Criterion's Blu-ray release of Wings of Desire. Now, I believe this film is going to be getting a 4K Blu-ray release soon. And of course, I'm sure it will look stunning, but I'm happy to report that even this version that they released last decade looks terrific as well. And I picked this up used. It's a terrific film. It's a movie that you're probably not going to want to watch until you hit a certain age because it is a slow burn. But I think it's haunting. The cinematography is just terrific. It's just such a beautiful looking film. It really captures West Berlin in the mid-'80s in a way that looks especially haunting, given that the wall fell a few years later and Berlin looks nothing like this. I really think also that the actors did a terrific job in this movie. Now, of course, this is the interior of the Criterion release, where you've got that cool little food stand, food cart, and like I said, the movie itself, it just features a Berlin that doesn't exist anymore. Here's the disc. And then you've got the booklet. It's just a terrific film. Peter Falk stars in it, and it's funny because he plays a human, of course, plays himself, in fact, but he is apparently someone who used to be an angel and had opted to go back to come down to earth and live his life as a human, which I think is kind of a funny little take on things. And that's essentially what the movie is about. It's about angels who are, as they're observing, sort of omniscient, omnipresent, listening to people's thoughts, helping when they can, guiding. They inevitably have thoughts of what it might be like to be human. And the lead, there's actually two angels in the film. One played by, I want to say, Bruno. Let me just see if his name is on the back. Unfortunately, I can't see it immediately. Bruno Gans, there it is. And his co-star, who apparently they were friends in real life, and both stage actors. They play sort of buddies who are just sort of wandering around, guiding people, looking, observing, but of course, all with the distance that would come with the fact that they're angels and they're sort of observing humans. And so all of that is filmed in black and white, and I want to mention exquisitely so, the cinematographer on this just did a tremendous job, and apparently had come out of retirement to do this film. It's one of the most beautiful looking films I've ever seen, quite frankly. And again, basically the premise is the Bruno angel ends up coming upon this trapeze artist in this carnival, and he falls in love with her, and he decides that he wants to become a human and take his chances at a human existence and maybe fall in love with her as a human. And it's just hauntingly told. The movie didn't really have a screenplay, I guess, apart from just the general idea, and apparently the screenwriter, really all he did was write monologues and dialogues for Wim Wenders to then shoot, but it was very free-flowing and experimental, and I think it works in this capacity. Thankfully there's Peter Falk to liven things up and lighten it up a little bit, but on balance, it's just a movie that I think is just absolutely hauntingly beautiful and just absolutely worth a watch for anyone who considers themselves to be a cinephile. But again, I can understand why it may not be something that people who are younger might not be ready to sit down and take a gander at, because I think it requires some human experience to fully appreciate. But again, I'd have to say that this is now my second favorite Wim Wenders film, right behind Paris, Texas. Wim is an undeniably talented film director who's made some amazingly creative and thought-provoking cinematic art. So, and of course Criterion just did a bang-up job. There's some fabulous supplemental materials in this as well. Absolutely worthy of a watch. So on that note, I'll just say that if you've not seen this, definitely check it out. And if you have, give a go on this Criterion release, or perhaps wait for their 4K Blu-ray release. I don't think you'll be disappointed. So on that note, please take care out there, everyone. Stay safe, be kind, and keep watching good cinema.